Alright, this is a reading. So, it's not a tarot reading. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty much just reading notes I took. Um, all the notes I took was all channel messages. So I could have just recorded and did it, but I was like busy, so I couldn't do that, obviously. So, yeah, so I'm just gonna read off what I got. I don't know where I put it though. Oh, never mind. Oh shit, I flipped right to that bitch. That's fine. So, yeah, so pretty much I'm gonna just start reading off what I have. But just so you guys know, if you're wondering why, like my what's it called? My tags? All my tags, okay, are from channel like 2. So like if you're like, oh, like why is all your tags mad random, like the hashtags, number sign, whatever the fuck you call it, why are them shits random and shit like that? That's why, because like I didn't really know what I was gonna put. You know what I'm saying? I just put what I intuitively felt like I need to put, or like whatever I channeled to put down. I just started channeling what should I, put down to bring the right audience to me, and that's what I got. So yeah, pretty much, yeah. So first, when I was doing this, this is actually what brought my attention to it. I was like sitting down, and I was walking. First, I was sitting down, and I seen this one book, right? And it was like literally like the first thing I saw, bro. It was mad random. I don't even know what it's about. I didn't even, I started to look at it, but like I didn't even end up looking at it because you know what I'm saying. I just didn't feel interested in it at all. But it was literally about it was literally called like Everyone Lies or something like that, which is kind of random. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's weird the way the books are set up. You know what I'm saying? It's weird because it's not nonfiction and it's not fiction. It's like like biographies or something like that. But I don't know who the person was. I just so happened was just sitting by it, so I was like, all right, so that's weird. Lady was putting it on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? Putting the books away on the shelf. So I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Is that there's mad bugs over here, bro? The fuck, like. It's annoying because they keep sticking to me. Like, I think because it's humid, they just keep flying on me and shit. It's mad annoying. Like, it's pissing me off. Like, I done spilled my motherfucking water yesterday trying to fuck around with the bugs. Now I'm, like, irritated. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, then after that, I saw another bug. And I was mad confused because, like, it said, like, when women were dragons. And I'm just like, what? I'm like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is this, like, I'm confused because me personally, I thought it was, like, an autobiography section. You know what I'm saying? So I'm confused where these books are coming from. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't just see a book that's called When Women Were Dragons, because for the most part, I think they are autobiographies and stuff in that section, but there's also, like, nonfiction books. So I was mad confused because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? What do you mean when women were dragons? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, makes me, question it a little bit because, like, no one ever just talks about women being fucking dragons. Like, that's some mad random ass shit, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, I'm sitting up here confused as fuck. Then I saw, I don't think this was a book. I don't remember if it was a book or it's like on a post or something. But then, like, I just, like, I wasn't paying attention to nothing, but, like, I just saw coming now, like, just pop up. And, like, that's all I was, like, paying attention to. So something's, like, coming. And then I saw On My Way right after that. Because at first I thought I was tripping. Then I watched the video right after that. And literally, the ad literally said On My Way. And that's what creeped me out. It was the ad. It wasn't like, okay, like, something I just saw walking by. It's, what I'm saying? That's not, that they could put in the algorithm, but something just walking by on a piece of paper, what I'm saying? The chances of them doing that is kind of, especially because I walked past that area or whatever, like, so often to the point where I should have seen it before and I didn't. So I'm in the park, so there's mad people if you're hearing other noises and shit like that. But yeah, and it was weird because in that same video, it was like one of those like conspiracy TikTok things. And in the conspiracy TikTok thing, like it said On My Way, and then the guy, I don't know if he purposely did it or not, but what he was wearing was like weird. It was like a tuxedo with like a white shirt under it. But for some odd reason, the way the tux was like buttoned together, it literally looked like a cross. So that was weird to me too, because y'all know I don't believe in Jesus no more. So if you do, you do. know what I'm saying? That could be a symbolism of him coming back, or the Antichrist, or some godlike figure or something like that. God might be coming back. I don't know about Jesus, but I know God come back. So yeah, and then I saw after that, that's what I saw. Okay, that's what I physically saw. After that, I just started channeling because I was like, oh shit, like I'm just getting messages or something like I'm supposed to be saying or hearing that I'm not tapping into. So I instantly went dumb, bro. So I instantly my hands itching. So that's why But yeah. So I went dumb. So pretty much I got So I'm gonna sound crazy as fuck. I really don't give a fuck. Everybody's gonna think I'm crazy, but motherfuckers think I'm crazy for no reason anyway. So I'm just saying anyway. So pretty much it said the first channel message I got was I literally wrote it like this. Like I wrote it how I heard it in my head. I keep getting the sun helps with communication. But when I was getting communication, I was getting with aliens, which is really weird, you know what I'm saying? Because why would you know what I'm saying? You don't just normally just think about something like that. That's all I heard blatant as day. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because someone was literally telling me, like, I kid you not, like a few days before that, I was in the park, whole different park. You know what I'm saying? It was weird. I wasn't even supposed to go to the park. I was just supposed to go somewhere else, and something told me to go to the park and just chill, smoke. So I was like, fuck it, I'm about to go to the park. So I went to the park, and this random dude was there. And, I was looking, and I'm like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is spiritual, dude. Like, I don't know, something about it, like, you could just tell, like, you know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of guys with locks and shit like that, but for some odd reason, I could just tell, like, he was in tune type shit. And come to find out, after he was done working out, he came over and he's like, yo, you see the sky? He's like, the sun's blocked, da 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 da, and the clouds, and this and that, and you can barely see the sun. And I was like, that's crazy, because you know what's crazy? Literally 20, not even 20 minutes before that, I'd say less than 20 minutes before that, I deadass was just in the crib, right? Oh shit, I'm gonna shut my phone. I was dead ass just in the crib, and I was thinking the same shit. So it's funny that I just walked out and ran into somebody that literally thought the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Said the same shit. Because I was dead ass confused for a minute. I'm like, I was starting to think that nigga was CIA or some shit. Because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, how the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I was literally just ranting to somebody about it too. So it was even weirder because I'm like, this nigga the police. But then, yeah, no, he's not the police. He 100% is just in tune. You know what I'm saying? Then he started confirming all my other suspicions I was getting that day. And I'm like, oh, he's an angel. He's supposed to be here to tell me I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to say all this stuff because you never was tripping. No matter how much people try to make you seem like you're tripping, you're not tripping. I'm also getting all these chemicals in the air is making people's skin itch more, especially with the humidity. Because I'm in New York, so there's like the Canadian fires, and then there's like the chemtrail and all that extra shit, and then obviously because it's New York, it's more pollution and shit like that in general. So I'm getting like that's why my skin keeps itching. I only got that because the plane came right as I was itching my hand, and I just keep itching, like, and it's like there's no reason to be itching this much, bro. And I start itching more when I'm outside, I feel like. And yeah, you can't see the plane, you can't see the sky, like they got so much shit in the air from these chemtrails and all that shit. It's actually ridiculous, bro. And I just want to comment on this. This isn't channel, but I'm gonna say this real quick. They are putting stuff in the air that is purposely supposed to make us go insane, think differently, irrationally. This is why people are using heroin so much compared to other stuff. Because first of all, they put the heroin in the streets. The police put the heroin in the streets. And once they put the motherfucking heroin in the streets, then they start spraying all this crazy shit in the air on the motherfucking grass and shit because they want motherfuckers tweaking and shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? You don't see, like, I'm not trying to say, everybody's just cool that doesn't do heroin. Yeah, because motherfuckers just mistake that. No. Motherfuckers, you don't see motherfuckers that smoke crack and do coke and shit like that, tweaking and shit. Yes, they tweaking shit like that, but half the time when you see a crackhead tweaking, they're not just on crack. You know what I'm saying? It's usually some other shit behind it. Like, they've been up for like 2 weeks straight, popping it, you know what I'm saying? They don't just be just smoking crack. My point is, there's something in the motherfucking heroin, and I'm not talking about fentanyl, I'm talking about actual heroin. Heroin, the same heroin compound is not the same heroin as it was in the 80s and the 70s, you know what I'm saying? The heroin we have now is even stronger than the shit that was in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, wherever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And, you know what I'm saying, they got fentanyl that is just tossing out there, mixing it in too, so people get confused. But you know what I'm saying? They fucking with everything now. You can't even smoke weed. I know for a fact I be getting weed sometime, and that shit is not weed. That shit's straight K2, and motherfuckers be confused telling me it's regular weed. No, just because they told you it's regular weed, don't mean it's regular weed, bitch. They spraying some chemical on that bitch, and that shit is K2. The shit is they selling in the dispensaries and all that shit, that is K2, my nigga, bro. I've been smoking weed since I was 12 years old. You not finna tell me, my nigga, that this shit is motherfucking weed. That shit is K2. Like, what are you talking about? I didn't even start smoking, you know what I'm saying, K2 until like literally the last year or two. And even then, that's because motherfucking the streets been filled with fentanyl. I've been thinking I've been smoking, I knew I wasn't smoking regular weed, but I thought I was tripping. I thought maybe, I just like, my tolerance just dropped out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? But then when I realized I was getting from like certain like plugs and shit like that, like, especially the people that home grow weed, I was noticing I was getting smacked, but how I used to, you know what I'm saying? And if I wasn't smacked, I was just chilling, you know what I'm saying? So it's not even my tolerance. It's just motherfuckers is fucking with everything now. I don't even trust the alcohol nowadays. They probably putting motherfucking crazy shit. Come to find out, the motherfucking Fireball isn't even Fireball. There's no percentage of alcohol in the Fireball. They got a whole lawsuit and compensation and all this extra shit. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like, no drug is real nowadays. Like, tobacco and all that. You know what I'm saying? If I don't grow that bitch myself out the motherfucking ground, I don't even want to smoke that shit. If I'm not growing the weed out the motherfucking ground myself, I don't even want to smoke that shit. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I have to because, motherfuckers got me fucked up sometimes. Every now and then, you know what I'm saying? I gotta smoke a little like nicotine, and it's weird because I don't like nicotine like that, but I just started liking nicotine, and I feel like I'm supposed to smoke it. I don't know if that's like the cultural thing, like the Native American, African ancestor shit. But for some odd reason, I feel like something about nicotine, not nicotine, completely scratch nicotine. The tobacco itself is like something to do with spirituality and like uplifting the spirit or something like that. Almost like getting high, but you're not. And I feel like that's only with real tobacco that you grow off the farm yourself with no pesticides, no fertilizer, and all that shit. And I want to try it. Not that I want to smoke tobacco on a regular basis. I just want to try it because I feel like that's really something we're supposed to be doing, but they fucking fuck everything up so fucking bad to where you can't do that shit. Anyway, so let me keep going because I got mad notes, bro. So I also got the Greys are here and the Anunnaki are coming back. Okay, so the Greys, if you don't know, the Greys is supposed to be like, I guess, like aliens or something like that. I don't know if they're like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about that. I'm not even gonna sit here and act like I do. I'm not a fucking astrologist. I'm not NASA, none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a nigga that just knows information. So if you know what I'm saying, if you want to look that up, you can look it up. But the Greys are here, and I'm not gonna get too much into it. Um, let's just say I 100% know 100, like as a person that does not know much about Greys. Just know, out of all the aliens, I know for a fact the motherfuckers is here. I know the motherfuckers is real. I know about the Anunnaki and all that. I believe the Anunnaki is real, but I don't know too much about that to give you no information. But I can tell you for a fact, I know on everything the Greys is real, my nigga. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave it at that. The Anunnaki are coming back, and it's crazy that I got that not too long and too far from coming now and on my way. So that's why I think, you know, on my other previous channels I had said multiple times something about chemtrails, stuff like that. I even talked about how I thought that you know what I'm saying? I don't like I don't really believe too much in like, I guess, like, I believe in God, but I don't believe in Jesus. And I feel like if Jesus was real and if God is real, I know God is real, but you know what I'm saying? If Jesus was real and this aspect of God and Jesus, I feel like it's not just like you know what I'm saying? It's not this is a motherfucker walking around like me and you just walking on water and shit. Like this, you know what I'm saying? If Jesus is real, Jesus is like a motherfucking alien. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Jesus is an alien and God is an alien. And if that's not the case, we evolved from aliens. So, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get into that later because I got more coming down. So yeah, your hair in your eyes with the sun helps with channeling and alien ancestors and family. So that means like if you're in the sunlight and your hair like is like getting the rays from the sun and you're actually looking at the sun, when they say your retinas will burn out and all that shit, I don't believe that. I think it heals your eyes. Don't quote me. Don't be staring at the sun fucking up your eyes because of me. I'm just saying that's what I think. Because me personally, I feel like the less, the less I used to stare at the sun all the time when I was younger. I feel like my eyes was actually pretty good, but I also can't say that because I had glasses for so long. But like when I used to stare at the sun when I was younger, I feel like for some odd reason I could see just like you know what I'm saying, perfectly, like not perfectly fine, but just like as normal as it could be. But for some odd reason, the less and less I stare at the sun, I feel like my eyes are getting worse, which is weird. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Because it's supposed to be opposite. And yeah, your hair is supposed to especially if you have curly, coily hair, kinky hair. Your hair is supposed to be like, your hair is literally like a, it's almost like the vibration. Like, you know how there's like a tsunami and like the vibration under the earth, like makes a wave, like a seismic wave, and then like the energy comes through. It's like your hair is a coil. So like if your hair is like a coil or kinky and it gets to the sun, it's like the energy goes through the wave and it bounces and it flows quicker and more frequently than it would with straight hair. Meaning if you have kinky or curly coily hair, that means your hair is gonna get the messages or like the energy from the sun quicker than someone that might be with straight hair or Caucasian or less melanated, whatever. Because the chances of you having that type of hair texture is if you're melanated. So let's be real. Let's be real. We only keep it 100 over here, shit. Then yeah, but I'm getting like that helps. Like you're just your hair in the sun, you looking at the sun, your eye in contact with the sun, helps with channeling alien ancestors and families. So, like I said, I feel like we come from aliens. If you don't want to believe that, well, I got some hard ass evidence right after this, so you might as well just tap the fuck in and stop being a bitch. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, seriously, you need to stop like being so scared of everything because you know what I'm saying. The more scared you are of everything, the more you realize like you know what I'm saying. All this shit is real. You're just scared. And you're just in denial. You're just gonna keep being scared, or you can just sit here and act like nothing's going on. And then when shit hits the fan, be all scared, and then really be scared because you don't know what to do because you act like it didn't exist the whole time. You know what I'm saying? That's like a murderer being in the house. You act like that motherfucker's not there. And then when that motherfucker's about to kill you, then you're even more scared because it's like, damn, I knew he was in the house. Yeah, what was he doing the whole time? Just sitting there acting like the motherfucker was in there? Obviously, if you knew he was in the house, you should be doing something. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my point. So, anyway, then we evolved from aliens, okay? So, right after that, my next channel message was the Thandriels are from aliens and the Anunnaki. And that's what I'm talking about, okay? So the Nethandriels went from like um shit. They went from they went from okay. They went from one form of living, like such as like planting, stuff like that. So they went from hunting and gathering to building more architecture, what's the word? Is that the word? More housing and more stable furniture and stuff like that. Because what they realized in that time period, the Nethandrials, aka the monkeys that came from Homo sapiens, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much what they realized is like obviously if you got fruits and herbs and veggies and meat, it's gonna go bad. So pretty much when they went from hunter and gatherers to this other um whole thing they evolved into, whole type of living they evolved into. I don't want to say the wrong word, that's why I'm not saying it. But yeah, when they went from that to that, they pretty much was putting stuff in the fridge and they had ways to like store shit and stuff like that now because they realized it's obviously gonna go bad and what's the point of keeping it or we gotta eat it all in one day, you know what I'm saying? If we get it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, Nathaniels though, if you look, certain people have those features stuff. Like you know what I'm saying, you can tell when someone has a strong Nathaniel DNA. If you look up a person that has Nathaniel DNA, you can tell they're black. Even though they show lighter skin complexion, they might be European melanated people because their facial features, their nose is big, their lips is big, you know what I'm saying? What is the stereotype for black people? Big lips, big nose, jigaboo, you know what I'm saying? Type energy, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be racist, but that's what some people like to call it down south, jigaboo, stereotype, you know what I'm saying? So pretty much, you know what I'm saying? It's real funny that Nathaniel's had those significant features. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just big noses, it was wide, big noses. And I noticed actually it's funny because now I think about it, a lot of southern black people I know that are just like African American more than African American, like you know what I'm saying? Like black African American versus African American are usually have wider, bigger noses compared to just bigger noses. It's like specifically wider and bigger. So it's funny that that's what you know what I'm saying, I'm channeling. But yeah, so you know what I'm saying? It's not far fetched. If Homo sapiens is supposed to be a monkey, evolved into a human monkey or whatever the fuck, which is Nathandriels and all this shit, and they just lost their hair and their tailbone and all that shit, why can't they be from aliens, bro? You telling me that the monkey couldn't have came from the aliens? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a chicken and egg type shit. You know what I'm saying? Why can't it be that way? Motherfuckers be looking at you like you motherfucker crazy and shit. Why can't it be that way? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I feel like the specific race of alien is probably Anunnaki, which is also from black descent if you look that up. So that's what I'm saying. It all connects, bro. That's why I'm like freaked the fuck out with all my channel messages today, because I don't know, but like it's like they is not letting me like chill today. They is like telling me everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been chilling. Like I wasn't even trying to look for messages, none of that. Like it just boom, just all came to me within the span of like 10 minutes or 8 minutes. Just all shit I wrote down in 8 minutes. I got 2 more pages, so you might as well sit back. So yeah, um, yeah, Nathandriels are aliens from the Anunnaki, bloodline of aliens is what I feel like. So black people, this is another channel message. Black people hair textures and colors are changing. Like hair. Okay, so black people hair color and textures and skin is changing according to the sunlight from the sunspots and the solar flares and stuff like that. And I feel like if you notice, I don't know about you guys, but me personally out here in New York, you know what I'm saying, we don't got hot weather like that. So I don't know how people's looking down south. You know what I'm saying? We got hot weather, but like it's like 1 minute it's cold, next minute it's hot, next minute it's winter, next thing you know it's snowing, next thing you know we're out in this like motherfucking water swimming and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like down south where it's always hot. So I know for a fact if the weather's always changing in New York like that, and me personally, I feel like black people are starting to look different. It's real weird, but I feel like the last 2-3 weeks, bro, black people have been looking different. Like I don't know. At first I thought it was just me. I thought I was sick or something. I was looking at myself weird, but then I'm like, nah, bro. Something about our skin looks different. I'm noticing like people with darker, deep colors, like their black is almost starting to look purplish blue, and then people with like brown, darker complexion. Like I'm deep brown, but I'm also like, you know, because it's summer, I'm getting darker, of course, you know what I'm saying? So I'm deep right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm a deep dark brown, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is like it's like I have like this weird like when it's like before it starts getting hot, I have like this like golden reddish skin, but once it does get hot, I have like goldish reddish skin, but it's obviously darker. And so you can kind of see it under the darkness, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know how to describe it. Like it's like deep, almost like purple on top, but then under you can see the glow, which is weird. So, but for some odd reason, I feel like this year it's more like purple with the glow under it. You know what I'm saying? Versus just being just completely dark and deep color or completely dark reddish, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. So I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking maybe because the sunlight and all that shit. Because you don't really see white people's skin color changing. If they get a tan, they get tan. You know what I'm saying? If they're Italian, they get darker tan, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? You don't see their skin changing too much. But black people, for some odd reason, I feel like our skin, like the shades of brown is changing. Like I don't know. It could be also because like everybody's like, you know, mixed nowadays. No one's actually like African or like, you know, whatever the case may be. So that could be it. Like a lot of like mixed cultures, big backgrounds, you know, biracial and stuff like that. So like people's skin don't look the same. But I don't think that's the case because motherfuckers I know that been the same motherfucking obviously race since birth. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't just change races, you know, throughout your life and shit like that. I feel like our skin just looks different. Like I don't know, bro. Something's different, bro. Because you know, it's not like oh, like you know, people that are light skinned that just get dark in the summertime, they just look darker. No, it's not like that. I mean, people that are just dark look like a different like I don't know how to describe it. Like people that are naturally just darker have a different tint of dark than the type of tint they usually had their whole motherfucking life. The people that are naturally dark brown or light skin, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they simply just have a different type of that shade. Like it's weird. It's almost like the shade doesn't exist, but it's starting to exist now. I don't know how to describe it. Just pay attention because I know I'm not tripping. And once you start paying attention to this shit, the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, you're gonna be freaked the fuck out because I'm telling you, black people's hair color, hair texture, and skin changing. Because me personally, my hair used to get like red when I was younger. So, you know, I'm getting older now, so my hair doesn't really turn red so much, which is weird. That's why I know for a fact I am not just African. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very possible because there is African countries that have black people with red hair, but most of those people with red hair in those countries they have certain features, okay? And me personally, I don't have those features. I have those features. Obviously, I'm African, but there's something else. I don't think it's like an African, you know, I don't think it's an African thing. I think there's like another descent, like you know what I'm saying, like Caucasian or something in me, and I just don't know it because it's real weird. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I had white in my like bloodline at all till like recently. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm like really conflicted about it. I don't really care, you know what I'm saying? End of the day, whatever the fuck I am, even if I was motherfucking white, well, bitch, I'm white, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Um, it's just more so like Even my hair, bro, like my curls is changing. You know what I'm saying? They used to be like, my hair used to be kinky. Now it's not even kinky. It's straight coils, bro. Straight coils. And the more I use my natural hair versus putting weave and extensions and all that, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's just mad little kids on bikes. But yeah, like the more my hair's out in the sun and stuff like that, I feel like the sunlight's making my hair more coily. Like not kinky, I mean coily, like almost like a spring, like a seismic wave, like I said. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because the more coily I feel like my hair is getting, the more easier it is to channel and shit like that. The more it is to like read people's emotions and hear what people are thinking and weird shit like that. So it's weird. It's real funny though. And yeah, I'm also getting like even the hair color, like I said, my hair's not red no more. Like my hair's not red at all. Like that's crazy. His hair kind of looks like my hair color. But no, like yeah, it's like almost like a sandy. It's not sandy brown, but it's almost like a goldish brown, red. And I feel like that's only because of the sun. It's like that. I don't know. Like me personally, I think the sun like changes our hair color as black people, and we don't even realize it sometimes. Like it's like something you don't notice until like you literally put your hair like in the light. I mean, like the light bulb on your head. You know what I'm saying? So some people it's obviously noticeable without putting the light bulb in your head, but that's how I feel. So another channel. If your body, okay, if your body's rejecting something you eat or you feel sick from everything that's not fruits, vegetables, herbs, things that come out the ground, you know what I'm saying, the trees, the bushes, shit like that, it's because your DNA, or no, it's because it's blocking and destroying our DNA, and something that's in our melanin is like changing that thing that's trying to change and block and like destroy it. So that thing that's trying to like destroy and block our DNA is actually being blocked by the melanin code in the DNA that's trying to change us. You know what I'm saying? So remember how they had the whole COVID shit and everybody was talking about the vaccine, how they thought like the vaccine was changing people's DNA. I'm not saying it is or not. We're not talking about that. So we just gonna leave that there. But yes, they thought it was changing people's DNA. Not saying it isn't, but I'm just saying everybody was talking about how they thought it was changing people's DNA. And I even said then on my previous channel, I felt like it wasn't gonna change black people's DNA. And if it did change black people's DNA, it wasn't gonna change it completely. It's like there's something in the melanin. Like you don't gotta be black. If you have enough melanin, if you have a certain percentage of melanin in your body, in your skin, it is going to block out whatever that thing that is trying to change your DNA. And that's what I'm saying. This is happening with the processed food, all the extra shit, the shit that does not supposed to go in your body. You know what I'm saying? Fast food, all that. If it's not fruits, veggies, natural herbs coming off a tree, coming out the ground, you know what I'm saying? It's blocking and damaging your DNA because they purposely added some shit in there to do that in the first place. Okay, moving on. So I also heard we need to plant more trees. Okay, but for when I was about to say plant trees and say plant these specific trees, I got cut off, and I heard pineapple, which is weird because I actually don't know. I was actually gonna look this up because I'm actually still confused right now, man. Like, I don't know if pineapple grows on a bush, grows out the ground, comes off a tree, but I actually feel like it grows out the ground or it comes off a tree. I don't know. I'm actually mad confused, you know what I'm saying? But I heard we need to start planting pineapple trees. And if it's not a tree, we need to plant pineapple. There's something significant that's in pineapple that I'm hearing goes in hand with melanin, but not even melanin. It just works with the sun and the light in the body and healing and natural healing and all that stuff. And there's a lot of benefits of pineapple, but we're not going to get into that because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about natural healing today. And subscribe if you like natural healing because I don't talk about shit but natural healing. I talk about herbs. I talk about vegetables, fruits, vitamins. I talk about anything that can heal you that is not in pill form. So if you want to subscribe and learn more information about that, I might make a whole separate channel on that and make it a cooking channel. I don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got that far yet, but this is what we got right now. So subscribe and stay in touch for that. Yeah, anyway. Um yeah, I also actually let me scratch that. Let me go back to the rejecting or feeling sick. So when I was saying it's because the processed food is fucking up the DNA and stuff like that, they're putting poison in the processed foods too. Like whatever they're putting in there that's making you sick and stuff like that, giving us cancerous diseases, they're adding extra of that and they're actually putting actual poison in some of these waters and these foods, and they're kind of playing Russian roulette. So like, you know what I'm saying? They someone batch out with a whole bunch of freaking uh uh extra sodium carbonate, whatever the fuck they be putting in water on the bottle that is not motherfucking water. You know what I'm saying? That's just baking soda. But anyway, they putting extra of that shit or whatever the fuck they're putting in water that's not just water. You know what I'm saying? That is not just motherfucking electrolytes, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? They're adding whatever the fuck that is. They're adding extra in that, and they're playing Russian roulette and sending it to your local grocery market, your local Wally World, or yeah, whatever the fuck. Yeah, they're doing that, hoping that the population control, eventually if enough people get enough of it, it'll taste like that. Because I noticed you gotta pay attention to a lot of these processed shit. I don't know about fruits and vegetables and shit like that. Obviously, they probably shoot that shit up and shit like that, but I feel like that's less likely because people got onto that and it's too obvious when that shit happens. But I feel like with the processed shit, I feel like you can taste it. Like if you eat enough of the same, like say you love Cheez-Its, you eat Cheez-Its every day or some shit. Obviously, if you eat Cheez-Its every day for 3 years straight and you go to buy a box and it tastes weird and it's not expired, it's not stale, it's not none of that, you're gonna be sitting there like, what the fuck these motherfuckers trying to get me? Take that as a sign. Take that as a key, bro. That is not no coincidence, bro. That's been happening a lot with motherfuckers. And people just push that shit aside. No, them motherfuckers trying to poison you. And you gotta remember, these companies also do like surveys and censuses on what type of people, what's their age, nationality, gender, all that shit, what they buy, what they eat, what time of the year, what point, because it's allegedly for farmers. In reality, it's for the government, population control, and all the extra shit. But we're not gonna talk about that because motherfuckers is always watching. Anyway, yeah, we need to plant some pineapples. But other than that, ooh, what the fuck? This bug is on me. What type of beetle is that, bro? Yo, these beetles get on my nerves. These beetles be on my body, bro. So maybe that's significant. I'm getting oh yeah, beetles are signs of wisdom, knowledge, good luck. I'm also getting beetles actually connect to ancient Egypt ancestors. I'm also getting King Tut, and I'm getting like some king that starts with an M. I don't know. I'm hearing King Ramsey, so they could have been around that time period, or they had connection to King Ramsey. I don't know. Um, I'm also hearing Mumatar. I don't know why. So but yeah, that was a random channel that just came to mind as I saw the beetle. So yeah, I'm also getting beetles are a sign of gold. So maybe this is a sign that pineapple is gonna be like such a great thing to have when the like everything starts going to shit with the pollution and all that shit. I'm getting we're either low on pineapple, like we're about to like not have pineapple anymore, or pineapple's a great thing to be eating during stuff like this. It might actually heal your lungs, or help with breathing or something like that, or help fight against the chemicals that are gonna end up trying to give you lung cancer or some type of disease or something like that. You can fact check all my shit, my nigga, bro, because all my shit be on point, bro. I don't give a fuck if it's from God or not, bro. That should be on point, because I be googling my shit and make sure I'm not tripping at first. So that should be on point. You know what I'm saying? This is like something light, bro. I got some deep ass messages. I told you I got like 3 more pages. So yeah. So yeah, plant trees. I think I'm gonna make a part 2 and 3. Nah, we just going all in. We putting it all in. So yeah, plant trees. You can plant trees. So I just found this out like a few days ago. So apparently, oh shit, I just dropped my shit. Um, Someone's watching me. It's weird how that fell. Someone could be down your neck right now. I'm hearing. I'm hearing if you have this information or you thought this information before, someone you told has some connection to the government, or they know which is not normal to know, especially if it's something that I read off, and they're down your neck and they're watching you because they're wondering how the fuck you know this. They're kind of creeped out. Or this could be your energy. It could be that you're watching me and you're sitting up here like, oh shit, I knew all this. Why I ain't say nothing? Yeah, you should say something, because that's how I was. That's why I started making the videos, because I always be like, it first started with me watching other people's videos, and I'm like, bro, I've been talking about this shit since I was like 11. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck have I not been talking about this? Like, I've been wanting to do YouTube and shit like that. I just always was like, oh, antisocial, social anxiety. Fuck that shit, bro. Anyway, Apparently so, you could put an acorn in the ground, pine cones, and avocado seeds, obviously. But we're mainly talking about the acorns that fall out the tree, and the pineapples. You could put, or not pineapples, once again, pineapples. Acorns that fall out the tree, you can put them in the ground and grow a tree from that. You might have to bust open the acorn and actually take the nut out and put that in the ground, but regardless, you can grow a tree with it. Do what you gotta do, go outside, and get that done. Pine cones, you could do the same thing. Apparently, if you put a pine cone right up in the ground, water it, water it, water it, grow a tree. Didn't know that. Why are we sitting here, you know what I'm saying, when they spraying chemicals in the air, killing the little bit of fucking trees we got and shit? You know what I'm saying? Sitting up here, can't breathe and shit. They don't even got parks no more, my nigga. They don't even got trees no more. You know what I'm saying? Parks aren't even parks no more. Parks is literally just a playground and 2 trees. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have real life parks no more. You know what I'm saying? So, like, obviously with all the pollution shit, it's gonna kill the plants, the trees and all that shit, and oxygen comes from trees. So even if it doesn't kill them all, excuse me, obviously you're gonna want more trees and shit like that because then you can breathe better and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, so like obviously if there's more trees and shit like that, you can breathe better, and like the air's just gonna be better. So even if there is a whole bunch of bullshit in the air, bro, and the more trees you plant, the more oxygen there's gonna be because yeah. I'm also getting the people that could be watching you are dying, not in a bad way. I'm just getting like the people that are watching you trying to prevent you from getting your message out there. So you could be a reader yourself. You could be an oracle, you could be a psychic, you could be something like that. And pretty much you could be a tarot reader. But like the messages that you're getting, the government or someone specific that is higher power, not like actual higher power like God and stuff like that, is trying to keep you from getting these messages out. And pretty much they're dropping dead, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing Putin, I'm also hearing Russia, I'm also hearing yeah. I'm also hearing something about the Anunnaki and the Russians and Ukraine. So I'm getting you could be Russian or under the Russian government, under the Ukrainian government, and pretty much the ops is dying, bro. The ops, whatever your ops is, whatever side you on, the ops is dying. That, or you know, the ops in general. You could be living in one of those countries or from one of those countries, and the ops is dying. That was trying to make it seem like you was crazy and you can't talk about that and this and that. They're dying. They're not gonna be able to stop you if they're dead. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I was also getting with this message about the trees that this is what a bird told me. Okay, the the bird actually guided me over there because the bird was like sitting by the tree, and I'm convinced the bird is my spirit guide. Okay, one of them. I got mad spirit guides. You know what I'm saying? Gang gang. So yes, it was posted up by the tree, and I could feel the bird like trying to talk to me. Like the bird was like, "Hey, the tree, the tree, the tree." This is how I got the message. Okay, and then I literally heard plant as many as we can sporadically. So meaning plant as many trees as you can all over the place. Like if you're on the park today, go plant, just literally just put 2 random pine cones in the motherfucking dirt. You never know. Might work, might not, but at least you tried, you know what I'm saying? Even if you gotta dig it up with your hand, put a little hole in there, boom. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's all you gotta do. Next thing you know, you're going to the beach. You know what I'm saying? There's a little woods in the cut. You know what I'm saying? You go down the trail. Fuck it. Just plant it. 2 little pine cones right there. It don't gotta be in the trail. Obviously, that's not smart because then you're gonna block the trail off and stuff. But even then, fuck it. We got trees, so it won't matter. They can cut it down and shit when it gets big. At least we got the oxygen. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, I'm hearing if you really care about saving the planet and stuff like that, you should really try and plant 2 seeds or like of trees or acorns or pine cones or pineapples a day, just sporadically. It could even be your backyard. It could even be anywhere. Like even if you go to a tree reserve, just don't tell anybody. Just dig up the dirt right there, put the pine cone, water it real quick, put it in there. As long as there's no cameras recording you, they because some fuck shit, they might try and get you in trouble because they have X amount of trees they're supposed to have and all that extra shit. So obviously don't go planting trees and shit where there's a fucking camera because I guarantee they'll give you like criminal mischief or some stupid shit just because it's benefiting the earth and it's not fucking destroying the earth anyway. So okay, page 2, we got mad messages still. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep the video going. You can skim through this if you want, but I recommend watching the whole video, either pausing it and come back to it or speeding it up, whatever you gotta do, because there's hella information. That was the light work. This is the heavy stuff. Okay, so um yeah, so I'm getting black DNA repairs itself with everything from within the earth. So pretty much like, I forgot why I wrote this down. Damn, I'm mad. I should have taken some notes, man. Yeah, but I wrote this down because if you're from African descent, the more melanin, once again, the more melanin, because people get offended when you say African because they think you're trying to single them out and you're so special. Da, 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 da. No, it's not that. If you have a strong amount of melanin in your motherfucking DNA, bitch, you could be Hispanic. If there's a large amount of melanin in your DNA, then I'm talking about you, okay? Gang, gang. You know what I'm saying? So, black DNA, aka highly melanated DNA, repairs itself with everything from within the earth. So that means, obviously, the more chemicals they spray in the air, if we lack it on motherfucking trees, we lack it on motherfucking flowers, we lack it on motherfucking grass, water, um, fruit, vegetables, uh, animals, all that. You know what I'm saying? The vibration from that is what repairs our DNA with the melanin. I don't know how, I don't know why, but there's something about the vibration and then the vibration in melanin that compares to the higher vibrational stuff on the earth. Not saying that white people aren't high vibrational, da 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 da. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for white people, it's probably harder to repair their DNA with, more nature things. It might be specific things, like, who knows? They're usually in colder climates. So for all we know, maybe colder climates help repair their DNA versus warmer climates where stuff usually grows faster, repairs our DNA. That's the science I get from behind it. I don't really think that's exactly it, but there's something. That's what I'm getting. I'm talking about specifically melanated DNA, black DNA, African DNA. So that's what I'm getting. But I heard specifically black. So I take that as melanin because I didn't say African, I didn't say African American, I didn't say this, that, I said black. So black to me is melanated. Black to me is if you got black motherfucking skin. Black to me is if you have enough melanin in your DNA, in your skin, bitch. So yeah. I also was getting that same bird that was by that tree. For some other reason, listen, I was not high earlier. I'm not high now either. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird that's why I was confused I was channeling this much, because usually I channel when I'm high, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that I'm sober, like, I mean, completely sober the whole day type shit, and I've been channeling like that is like very, I don't want to say strange, but kind of like ominous. Like, it really needs to be said type shit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even pick up the cards today. You know what I'm saying? None of that. So it's real. And but the bird was right by the tree, the same tree that told me to plant it. Da da da. So I was getting, for some odd reason, the tree looked dumb big, but I know for a fact it's not big because it wasn't even the size of a one-story building. You know what I'm saying? So if it's not even the size of a one-story building, it's shorter. Clearly, they just planted that there themselves. But what I was getting is it reminded me of the tree from Avatar. Okay? So this is what I channeled. I said the giants are underground or back. So there's giants on this earth. They're either underground or they're walking around this earth and we ain't seeing they big ass clearly, because if they was that motherfucking big and we just chilling around here and we don't notice them, clearly something ain't right with us. Who knows? We really might not just see them. You know what I'm saying? On some shit. You never know. This process shit and everything. Who knows? Maybe they are walking around. We don't see them because we don't have the ability to see it because we just keep eating processed shit that blocks off that part of the brain that let us see that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. But there's giants here. They're either underground or they're back on Earth. But I don't think they're back. I think they've been underground this whole time, or they're underground now. Okay, and it's giving the huge ass trees from Avatar, not the Last Airbender, but like the blue avatars in the Avatar movie when they had those ginormous trees and the trees were like the life of the whole community. That's like, actually, now I think about it, that's exactly the last message. The black DNA repairs itself within from everything within the earth. That's literally what that movie was about. Mad people already been talking about Avatar, the blue avatars and shit was black people, African descent. Literally the way they dress and everything in the movie is all symbolic of Africans. So it makes a lot of sense because it was the tree of life. Once the tree of life died, all the black people died. So it makes sense. They spray the chemicals, they kill the trees. Who dies? Motherfucking black people. But little do they know, we connected to the sun anyway, and that's why they're trying to block out the sun. But bitch, it ain't gonna motherfucking work, okay? Till everything motherfucking dies on this earth, we not gonna die. So anyway, take that, bitch ass. Anyway, yeah, the CIA is controlling thoughts to make you think it's the devil or Jesus, but actual confusion to prevent or doubt gifts. So pretty much the CIA controls people's thoughts, okay, to make you think that, oh, like, oh, it's the devil fucking with me, or oh, maybe it's Jesus trying to tell me this and that. Sometimes it's not. If you don't feel like just like it don't feel smooth, it don't feel like, oh, okay, like, hey, you should go wash the dishes. Oh, let me go wash the dishes. If you feel like that, that's God. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like, oh my God, you should wash the dishes. Damn, if you don't wash the dishes right now, you fuck. Oh man, your mom's coming home in 10 minutes. You ain't wash the dishes. You know you're getting your ass beat. That damn well is not God, bro. Anything that's like this comes off negative is not God. So if it's like, stop, you know what I'm saying? That's God. If it's like, hey, you should stop because you might fall, that's not God. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you keep saying it over and over in a concerning way versus like, hey, you should just do that. You know what I'm saying? Then it's not God. You know what I'm saying? That's mainly the devil. But I'm also getting that also is like for some people CIA mind control. I don't know how they're doing it. We'll get into that another time, but that's what I'm getting. So yeah, but I get the CIA does this to certain people that they have control over to prevent or have them doubt the gifts that they have. So they might be monitoring people with gifts more, and people that don't have gifts, they just try and prevent them from having gifts if that's what they're doing to them. Okay? So yeah, so The Last Airbender, this is another channel message. The Last Airbender, gifts are real. You may get an idea plus get excited. The wind moves. It's because extreme energy moves other particles causing supernatural things. So okay, so you know how like in The Last Airbender they be all having like the fire, earth, wind, all that shit. So yeah, it's like the powers they had in that show is real. It makes sense. Aang in the his little sensei was talking about chakras and all that shit, how to open them, how to close them, how to heighten them, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It makes a lot of sense when you really think about it. It's pretty much the whole show is pretty much based on you know what I'm saying, chakras and spirituality, and I forgot exactly religion that is, that's why I'm not saying it, but like almost like monks and stuff like that. It's like pretty much based on that. Not saying, oh my gosh, everybody should go turn and be Buddhist. I think that's what's called a Buddhist and stuff like that. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. So I'm not putting it that way. But yeah, pretty much a lot of those things you can do in that show. I'm not saying it's gonna look exactly the same, but we kind of have similar ways of doing stuff like that, just not exactly the same. So like for instance, so say like you're like, oh man, maybe I should go shovel outside, and then you get excited, and you feel like this like energy around you, like warm, almost like someone's right around you, like getting excited with you almost. It's because the universe is either trying to communicate with you through the wind or the vibration or the energy, or you're making the energy in the universe change to where sometimes like the wind may move the leaves around, or the sun may just all of a sudden just come out. That's because you have, not saying you're the only one that can control that, like, you know what I'm saying, but you have power to control the weather and stuff like that. Like I know people, um, they may be, you know, darker energies, but if they do something, they can literally make the sun come out on some weird shit. And that's like I said, that's from a darker energy. So if you know a person that is doing satanic shit and black magic and all that shit can do some shit like that, I'm pretty sure a person that is of light energy can do that, because I've seen people of light energy too just do certain things, like when they get mad, like, you know, they really get mad or something like that, they get mad, and the next thing you know, some motherfucker falls, or all of a sudden it's like thunder and shit, and then it's like everybody be looking around like, oh shit, fuck with the wrong bitch. Yeah, that shit is real. You know what I'm saying? That shit is real life real, like Matilda type shit, but like Matilda plus the airbender type shit, like I don't know. But yeah, I'm getting this is because like when you get that emotion, that extreme like heightened emotion, like it's like the particles moves in your body, and for some odd reason, it's like the heat from the particles within your body warms up to where the particles around you starts warming up, which makes the particles move around and makes everything move within the earth more. Okay, so this is pretty much technically the law of attraction when you really think about it. So yeah, the energy, the extreme causing energy shifts the other energy around it, which is the particles, causing quote unquote supernatural things. So if you have an energy and you shift the energy to vibrate so much to the point where something happens quote unquote supernaturally, it's because it's pretty much the law of attraction. If you think of something negatively enough, the vibration will vibrate at that level to where obviously it's going to, you know, just come that way to you like that, or If it's something positive, it'll vibrate enough to where it'll come to you quicker. Honestly, me personally, I feel like it's easier to manifest something quicker and more positive than negative because it's the vibration. You know what I'm saying? The energy is easier to move that way. Anyway, so I'm also getting black people look different extremely right now due to the sun bringing out alien DNA, especially if eating good. So, like I said earlier, the whole skin, the hair texture, the hair color, all of that's changing, okay? So, I even feel like that whole thing is because it's bringing out certain like aspects of quote unquote supernatural beings and stuff like that that we're related to or are, and we don't even notice it. So, like, for instance, say you related to the Anunnaki, my nigga. If you related to the Anunnaki, bro, and you've been out in the sun, you've been eating your motherfucking greens and your fruits and your herbs and all that shit, just know that you can start looking like the Anunnaki, okay? If you've been outside, I'm hearing gardening, farming, agriculture. I'm hearing that has some connection to the Greys. But if you've been doing stuff like that, your Gray DNA will show more. I'm hearing bugged out eyes. I don't know why, but that's what I'm literally hearing. So I'm not gonna not say it. But yeah, it's bringing out that alien DNA, especially if eating good. So if you're eating better, even if you're not going outside and getting as much vitamin D, obviously the combination of eating and the vitamin D could, naturally is gonna like make your body change its DNA. You know what I'm saying? It already decalcifies your pineal gland and all that too. So of course, if it's changing the inside of your brain, the inside of your brain is changing. The outside of your body is gonna change as well. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you eat and your body, your brains goes to shit, well, your body goes to shit too. Just like you eat and your brain starts getting better and healthier, guess what? The rest of your body gets healthier too. Um, Obviously, if you're exercising on top of that stuff, it's going to help too. But I don't think the exercise really has anything to do with it. I think it's mainly just eating and being in the sun. Damn, these bugs is coming for me. Yeah, people's really trying to probably bug you right now as well. Maybe bug you about what you're thinking is you're tripping about. Yeah, so next one. Okay. The food and water has been extra poisoned for almost 2 years now. So I don't know about y'all, but I feel like the last 2 years, bro, it's been like extra just weird tasting and just everything's been off, bro. I'm not gonna say because of COVID, and I don't get it twisted. It probably is because of COVID. Motherfuckers ain't dying enough, so they just throwing shit and shit nowadays. But I don't even think it's COVID. I just think they straight up just trying to like control the population and just have motherfuckers die that don't have money because there's no point of us living apparently. So yeah. Um. So staring at the sun helps with astral projection, our visions, channeling, and contacting aliens. So the only reason why I'm seeing that is because, like I said, the other day I was at the park. I didn't even mean to go there. You know what I'm saying? I get there, and then next thing you know, the dude was talking about the sun and the chemtrails and all that shit covering the sun. And pretty much what he told me is that when you stare at the sun, he said they don't want to staring at the sun because you could see another sun behind it because there's the real sun and there's the fake sun. Real shit. I'm not gonna lie. That day it was mad cloudy. It was actually a few days before I took that video and posted it, okay? And just so you know, that day it was like the sun wasn't there. And I noticed, that's why I said specifically in that video on my channel, 5 a.m., 5:15, because I noticed exactly. This is what he said too. That same day I was questioning it. Cause I woke up at 5, the sky was, I woke up at 5:30. The sky was clear, bro. Once it hit 6:16, my nigga, bro, the whole shit was covered in smoke. They was on it. The planes was out. You know what I'm saying? The planes was out. The sky was cloudy. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even look like actual clouds, my nigga. It was just poof. You know what I'm saying? Like, abracadabra, motherfucking clouds in the sky. Like, apparently these motherfuckers is wizards and shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I've been said since I was like 12, 13 that they can make motherfucking clouds. And actually, I'm gonna post that video later too because I just finally found the video that I've been talking about for like the last couple of years. The motherfuckers thought I was tweaking about. This is the video I saw in 2015 that I talked about on my other channel that motherfuckers thought I was tripping about. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's happening. So when you stare at the sun, it helps with astral projection or vision channeling and contacting aliens. So when he told me this, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little suspect. I was like, man, I don't know. Oh, okay. I was wondering what happened to the phone. Yeah, I was like, man, I don't know. Um, you know what I'm saying? I'm not about to burn my retinas and all this. But honestly, I'm not gonna say I feel like I can see better, but I feel like my eyesight hasn't done anything. And even then, I feel like my eyesight has gotten like the slightest bit better. And come to find out, it's funny because 2 years ago, the doctor was like, "Oh, your eyesight's getting better." How's my eyesight getting better when it feels like it's getting worse? But the funny part is, actually around the time I was staring at the sun more at that time period than I was now, and then I thought maybe my eyesight was getting worse and they couldn't physically see it because I don't know, like I just thought maybe they couldn't see it because whatever the case may be. So I pretty much what I did was I just stopped staring because I thought I was fucking my eyesight up. But she said my eyesight was getting better, so who knows? She could be lying. She could just be tweaking. I don't know. You know, maybe I did the test right. I don't know. But yeah, I did look at the sun though because I was trying to see if I was tripping or not. But he's right because when I did look at the sun, bro, it's like I had like I had a moment where it's almost like that's so Raven. You know how like she does that face, and she's like, and then she like just like it's the face for me. How she does that face, and then she just kind of like just like sees some shit. That's what happened when I looked at the sun. I saw like I looked at the sun, and then I literally looked to the right on some that's the Raven shit, and then I seen some shit. But it's funny that that even happened because the night before that, I had a dream. I knew this was a prophecy, right? I had a dream. It was very significant, bro. I had a dream I was going to leave the environment I was in, and I was being warned that I was going to get my period and it was going to be bad outside oxygen wise, so I need to bring my mask. I woke up in the morning prepared as fuck. I knew that shit was too symbolic, bro. Like that was the most. I had prophecies and shit, but usually they happen like years later, weeks later, months later. Now this shit, I knew for a fact that shit was happening in the next day to 3 days max, bro. I knew for a fact that shit was not gonna be longer than that. Went outside that same morning, right? Sky was perfectly clear. Like I said, 5:30, 5 o'clock a.m. Sky was perfectly clear. Now it comes to 6:16, 6:30. Now all of a sudden the sky is covered in smoke and you can't see the sun at all. You know what I'm saying? You can't see the sun at all. Now I can't see the sun at all. And like I said, I go outside, I go to the park. Now I meet this dude. He's telling me the same shit. Come to find out, guess what? 2 hours later, before, or no, yeah, 2 hours later, after I saw that guy, I got my period. And guess what? 2 hours later, after that, too, the sky got even more cloudier. Couldn't see the sun the whole day. My oxygen, it was harder for me to breathe because, ew, how did this get in my shirt, bro? Ew. Freaking bug got in my shirt. But yeah, so, like I said, literally, yeah, 2 hours later I got my period. Then 2 hours later, the air was so bad to where I felt like it was hurting my throat a little bit. And obviously, the air is way worse today. I think, according to their DMX, DXM, whatever fuck level, air particle level, whatever it's called. Apparently, it's worse. But ew, what is that? Oh, ew. Yeah. Yeah. Apparently, it's worse. So see, that's a conversation, or that's an omen that I'm killing it, that I'm on point, because the song that someone just put on is "Girl, you be killing it, girl, you be killing it." So yeah, so anyway, hopefully I don't get copyrighted. You know what I'm saying? Because that's literally someone that's randomly out here. But anyway, so yeah, it's just crazy that this happened. Because didn't I say, bro, the night before, shit, you know what I'm saying, came to me. You know what I'm saying? And the next morning, boom, what happens? The same shit that I said. Bro, is there like a beetle? Bro, there's like mad beetles in my shirt. I don't get it. I don't even know how they got in there in the first place. Like, I hate that. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, yeah, that's what happened. So that was a dream. So that's accurate, okay? So staring into the sun does help with shit like that. So like I said, I astro projected, I had a vision. Bro, is there more than one beetle in here? What the fuck? Yo, I had to make sure I wasn't losing my fucking mind, bro. It feels like there's mad beetles on me now. I hate. That's why I don't like when bugs touch me. Cause like I don't care, but like then I'll be tweaking and thinking there's like bugs all over me and shit. Um. But yeah. Anyway, so let me hurry up because I got mad channel messages. I might have to make a part two. I don't want to, but I might have to. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I got. And even when I did Stare in the Sun, it actually did help with channeling. And I actually, um, I'm not gonna be specific on what I was channeling with or who I was channeling with, but wasn't no negative energy, no demonic energy. Obviously, I don't do that. I don't mess with the dark shit. At least knowingly, because you know what I'm saying. Obviously, there's a chance you could probably mess with some dark shit, but I don't go on my way to mess with some dark shit. But yeah. So I was channeling, let's just say, pretty hard to where yeah, I could confirm this is accurate. So, anyways, next channel message was aliens are being paid or paying the U.S. to test on humans who are under the influence of drugs for long periods of time without sobriety. And let's just leave it at this. I can state that as facts, and we're gonna move on to the next one. The next one. Oh yeah, I already wrote this down, but this must be extra confirmation because I didn't even realize I wrote this down twice. Confusion is no longer of the devil, but of the CIA. And I only said it like that because I remember one of the tarot readers um that I was watching, she pretty much said, excuse me, a couple of tarot readers said this. That's why it sticks to me now because like at first I was like, oh, I don't know, but you know, once more than one person said it the same exact way, I was like, okay, obviously I'm missing something. And they pretty much said they both said it exactly like this: confusion is of the devil, or confusion is the devil. So pretty much what I channeled was confusion is no longer of the devil or is the devil, but the CIA. So when you're confused, it's either the devil or the CIA, man. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah. So next one is the red, yellow, and blue and purple undertone and melanated skin shows what kind of alien you are and the planet you come from. And I put planet in quotes because me personally, I don't know if I want to. That's one thing I really don't believe in. I don't know if I believe in planets and outer space and all that shit. Me personally, I could believe in the Earth's flat before I believe the motherfucking planets and all that shit is real, and I believe in the firmament and shit like that. But I don't know about no plants and shit like that. Or I said plants. I don't know about no planets and shit like that. Um, that might be confirmation that they didn't find no plant life on any planet because I did not mean to say plants. Um, but yeah, so apparently, wherever you come from, wherever that may be, it is shown by the type of undertones you have under the melanated skin. It's like almost like just like certain nationalities and ethnicities that are mixed together and stuff like that have certain undertones. Like people, for instance, like some people that are black and Spanish will have yellow and have more yellow reddish undertones, especially if they're not like you know what I'm saying? Like Dominican people have more like I feel like blue, purple, bluish purple undertones, you know, because like the veins blue and red type thing. So like bluish purple undertones. But I feel like obviously like you know Mexican, Colombian have more reddish. Mexican I feel like have red undertones, and Colombian I feel like have more yellow golden undertones, and that's the same thing. But with instead of just you know countries and nationalities and all that, it's like with aliens. So obviously if you're from Anunnaki, I'm assuming the Anunnaki probably has more red and golden undertones, and I'm assuming the Greys have more like purple bluish undertones. But obviously, if you're of that nationality that has that typical type of undertone, does not mean you're automatically from that alien descent and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying I'm just using an example, and it could be. You never know. All right, on to the next. The world has always been flat. On to the next. We gonna slide right past that. I already made a video on that. I'll make another video on the dreams I used to have when I was younger before I realized you know, all the shit I was dreaming about and thinking about and talking about, that sounded like I would be on some like Silent Hill shit. Like I was like that kid that would be on some weird shit, posted up in the corner on some Silent Hill, Silent Hill. But the thing is, I'm not just saying no weird, creepy, crazy shit. I'm saying something over and over, but it actually makes sense and it actually is happening, and people just think I'm just crazy or I'm slow. But in reality, what I was talking about was legitimate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like I had a dream like more than fucking 10 times about the earth being flat. You don't think that's weird, bro? That's the only dream I've had that many fucking times in my whole entire lifetime. That's a little suspect. And then at first I thought I was tripping, and then guess what? I thought about it one time and I was like, oh, maybe I'm tripping. Literally had the same dream again that same year. Ever since then, I have not questioned it. Ever since then, I have not had the dream again. All right, so next one. People who pass through the 808 portal is going to be separated from the physical before or by the next 808 portal. So pretty much, if you went through the 808 portal, if you don't know what the 808 portal is, it's August 8th. You know what I'm saying? 8. You know what I'm saying? 08. You know what I'm saying? So, or you could be seeing the angel number 0808 or 808 or yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's a portal. If you believe in portals and all that shit, if you don't, you know what I'm saying, look into it. But I'm getting you're gonna be separated from the physical before or by the next 808 portal, but I'm getting it's gonna be before, but you never know. It could be the day of the portal, you know what I'm saying? Like literally like the minute before, like 11:59 type shit. Um So I'm like, and I only get like separated from the physical. Like you're gonna be on a different dimension, or you're gonna be out of the matrix, or like you're just not gonna be on the same vibration as people that are not on the same vibration as you. Even if you're close to my vibration, if we're not on the same exact level, you're a step higher or a step lower. I feel like we're gonna be separated closer than the other people that are on a lower vibration dimension, whatever the case may be. But at the same time, I feel like you're still on a different level, which is very weird. But it's almost like going in a different parallel universe. Shit, for all we know, we might be going into another parallel universe. You never know. Anyway, so next one. Cosmos are communicating through everything. Pay attention to books, words, songs, sounds, melodies. And for someone specific watching this video, you may hear certain melodies around certain ancestors of cosmos. So say for instance, you hear every time you think you're channeling one ancestor, right? You always hear this specific Android ringtone go off, or you always hear the iPhone. I think it's called the Mamba ringtone. Dun, 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 dun. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. That ringtone, the original iPhone ringtone, pretty much. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, one of those shits. Someone could be like, every time they hear that, it's usually around the time they channel. So pay attention to the songs that pop up or the things you see all the time, every time you channel something specific or when you're channeling, because it could be a specific spirit or it could be a sign that the thing you're channeling you're not paying attention to, and there's something specific that you keep seeing or hearing or doing around when you're channeling and don't even realize it, or something that you're doing all the time which you don't realize is channeling. Like say you see the same book every time you think about a certain guy, you always see the same book called illusion or deception. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign right there from your ancestors, cosmos, aliens, whatever the hell, that this person is decepting and trying to cause an illusion. You know what I'm saying? That's channeling. You don't even realize it. That's technically scrying, you know what I'm saying, as well. So you can't tell me that's demonic if you're just doing it without trying. You know what I'm saying? If you're obviously going to sit in front of a crystal ball and scry, that could be, I guess, demonic in some type of way. But don't tell me this is demonic when God's trying to show you something and you're just not paying attention. This is for those who aren't actually spiritually there yet. And so yeah, so like for instance, you might be hearing a specific song every time you think of one person that passed away. That's probably that ancestor saying, "Hey, I'm still here," or they're trying to connect with you, whatever the case may be. I don't know. Um, like I said, someone specific that is not realizing this stuff is hearing the Apple original ringtone. That's like dun 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 dun, like because I keep hearing it, and then I thought I was tripping because when I was channeling this, I heard that, and it stopped, and then I heard it again, and that was the first time I heard it in like a while. I don't have an iPhone, so I know it ain't me. So then after that, I'm hearing Two Cups by Young Pappy. So that song could be significant to someone. But right after that, I heard people recruited in the industry, mainly the music industry, that become blinded have the most powerful gifts being covered by ignorance and hoping um, to recalcify their pineal gland by toxic behavior, sex, money, drug, and addictions. So pretty much, I'm hearing people that are recruited in the industry, such as Young Pappy, okay, become binded to their contract, binded to the master, binded to the I'm not even hearing anything else. I'm hearing just master. So yeah, new age slavery, and they know these specific quote unquote industry slaves have such gifts such as telepathy, channeling, discernment, empathy, stuff like that. And they pretty much take them and they put them in this category that makes them seem like a specific type, or like a specific. It's like taking all these smart kids and putting them in a special ed class. You're just gonna be like, oh, they're all stupid, they're all retarded. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up to say, but I'm just being real. You're just gonna sit there. Not everybody, but most people would be like, hey, they're just retarded. And go about their day. They don't think about the fact that it's just a class. You know what I'm saying? It's like they put all these people in the music industry in the rap category. You know what I'm saying? Not even realize that most of these people that are in the rap industry have all these special gifts, and most of these people are melanated. Let's get that right. Most of these motherfuckers is melanated for a reason, because they have the special coded DNA, okay? And they're hoping to use these people that have this discernment and all this to take the other people that have the discernment and stuff like that and change their way of thinking. And if they can't, what they do is, and if they don't go do what they want them to do, once you sign these contracts and these 360 deals and all that shit, where you're like done, like once you sign the contract, you know what I'm saying, you never own none of your shit again, you never make your own money again, you only get like 1% of your 100% of the money from concerts, this that loyalty, royalties, whatever, all that shit. Yeah, so that shit pretty much, they pretty much do that purposely as reverse psychology, mind manipulation. So they give them that 1%, and then they hope, as they're promoting this toxic behavior such as sex, money, drug addictions, that they go take it and they go put it into their own, addictions such as sex, money, drug addictions, to recalcify their third eye. Because I notice, okay, Young Pappy, Lil Durk, King Von, especially a lot of the rappers that are dead or locked up, YNW Melly, when they it's like they talk about the rap shit, right? And once they start getting the followers, then they start talking about the third eye and discernment and all this other shit, okay? And the only reason what made me think about this is because I literally, bro, yesterday I was listening to one of King Von's new songs, right, on release shit, on his YouTube channel, right? And he literally, I forget what the song's called. I think it's called Robberies. And he literally talks about how he's like, something ain't right, my left eye just twitched 2 times. Bro, for men, it's actually a superstition that if your left eye twitches 2 times, that someone's talking about you, or it's like bad news. For a woman, if your right eye twitches 2 times, that means it's good luck, good news, confirmation. Or no, if your left eye twitches 2 times, it's confirmation, good news, da 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 da. But if it's the right and you're a woman, it means it's bad luck, someone's talking about you, envy. You know what I'm saying? So it's real funny that he said that, because that means he has some type of superstition, aka spiritual discernment. And King Von always has spiritual discernment. Me personally, I have very close personalities to King Von, except the difference is I'm a bug out like King Von, but I'm not as much bug out-ish as I used to be. So you know what I'm saying? You don't really know that. I'm pretty calm for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But when I do get on my like bullshit, I act like that. And so me personally, I just had to, look at it in perspective as if I was in that perspective. And that's what I got from it. You know what I'm saying? That pretty much they just give them the money to just influence the shit that they're supposed to be influencing, so they can stay in that cycle, so they can continue to influence that and actually be influenced by it themselves. You know what I'm saying? So they get stuck in the cycle and they put other people in the cycle. And of course, if you're in the cycle, it's easier to keep people stuck in the cycle. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like me coming on here and telling you guys, oh, being an addict is okay. It is okay. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, once you can't just drink and smoke and do drugs without being addicted, then it's not okay, because then it literally takes control of your life. It's like not having control of your emotions. That's usually where it comes from in the first place, not being able to control your emotions. I know this because I went through recovery. I'm still going through recovery. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit up here and act like, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers is perfect and shit. And niggas just always think that. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's not the case. Never been perfect. Never will be, you know what I'm saying? Maybe in God's eyes, but I am not, you know what I'm saying? Nobody on this earth is perfect. So, anyway, So then I got from that, okay, addictive personalities are just disconnect from one's true self, true DNA, and true culture. Get back in touch with this and find yourself leaving addictions alone a lot longer. And the only reason I channeled this is because once I thought of myself in the perspective of King Vaughn, when I actually stopped listening, well, I still, nah, I'm not even gonna cap. I was still listening to a whole bunch of drill. I was still listening to a whole bunch of kill nigga shit, all this other shit, right? But when I stepped back, I was 4 months sober. That's the longest I've been sober. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? That's the longest I was sober. Like, I mean, off of like weed, alcohol, all that. So, you know what I'm saying? I smoke weed all the time. I smoke weed every day. So, you know what I'm saying? If you want to be honest, I've been Cali sober, meaning I only been smoking weed and sober for longer periods of time than that, way longer times than that. But if we're talking about completely, like, I mean, like dry, like no tobacco, no weed, no alcohol, no nothing. Yeah, no shrooms or nothing, bro. Then that means it was 4 months. And then during that 4 month period, bro, I'm telling you right now, it's like once I realize, you know what I'm saying, I have an addictive personality and I'm in denial about it, okay? I realized I was like completely disconnected from myself, my DNA, and my culture. Once I got in tune with, tapping back into like Native American, African culture, Spanish, Hispanic culture, you know what I'm saying? Tapping in with my ancestors, deities, gods, goddesses, okay? I started tapping into exercising, eating right, drinking right, you know what I'm saying? If I am going to indulge in alcohol and drugs and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Portioning it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I try, if I know I'm depressed and I want to use, I'll try and at least wait till I'm less depressed to use because then that helps reverse psychology, make you think, oh, I'm not using because I'm depressed. I'm using because I genuinely want to. You know what I'm saying? Then you mentally change your mind into the point where it's like, oh, I don't want to drink because I'm depressed. I want to drink because I want to. So I'm going to do it because I want to, not because I'm depressed. And then eventually you'll change it from, oh, I want to because to, I'm just enjoying myself. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's like you got to do reverse psychology on yourself. It's like therapy. It's like almost like hypnosis on yourself. But anyway, yeah, so when I did this, it actually helped me leave the addictions alone, and it made me actually release the addictive problem. But once I forgot about that, and I got sucked back into the matrix, and I started listening to all the bullshit, you know what I'm saying, I started eating the processed shit again. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real over here. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm so motherfucking perfect. You know what I'm saying? And I started doing a bunch of shit, started doing drugs again. Um, then that's when I started getting the addictive personality back. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm eating better and stuff like that again. Now I'm slowly pulling out of the addictive personality all over again. See what I'm saying? So there's a lot of self-control here. I mean with sex, I mean with money, I mean with drugs. Not saying that I got it all down pat, it's perfect. But you know what I'm saying? I can control a lot of that now better. So, yeah, so I also got there's 5 to 50 or there's 5 or 50 babies in the world that has DNA processing chips to change the way they think, okay? I damn sure know for a fact I am not supposed to be talking about this shit, and I am 100% now on the motherfucking CIA hit list, and I don't give a flying fuck, okay? Bitch, I came here to motherfucking die about this shit, so, okay, anyway. They watching me all the motherfucking time anyway. Motherfuckers tried to really get me because of the shit I was talking about, you know what I'm saying? They almost got the guy, you know what I'm saying? But they was about to get got, you know what I'm saying? And they left that shit right the fuck there. So, anyway, we're not gonna talk too much deep about that because we do not need this deleted anyway. Anyway, so yeah. 5 to 50 or 5 or 50 babies in the world have DNA processing chips to change the way they think. Let that process just like the chip, okay? I ain't gonna explain that because, bitch, I am not gonna end up in no side ward this motherfucking week for no fucking reason. I am not gonna be all of a sudden in a coma for no fucking reason. I am not gonna be motherfucking followed and watched by the same motherfuckers in different fucking clothing for no motherfucking reason, bitch. Okay? They gonna follow me today, I motherfucking die, bitch. We in this bitch like Malcolm X, but still. Anyway, different parts of the brain access different supernatural things. Increase in brain power in one part of your brain and watch the magic. But for some odd reason, when I was channeling this, I didn't hear magic with a C, like just MAG. I-C. I heard M-A-G-I-C-K, magic with a K, like pagan, witchcraft, the craft, which is weird. I don't know. So someone could be pagan or like a witchcraft. So that might be something specific you can do with witchcraft by doing that. I don't know. Um, but yeah, so if you like, for instance, there's different parts of the brain. So I just learned this the other day. I taught myself this. So there's the amygdala, the pineal gland, and then there's actually I think I got it written in this book. Let me flip that bitch back. So there's three functions of the brain that control drug addictions and emotions, typically depression, drug addictions, and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, it's the amygdala and dopamine, serotonin, stuff like that. I don't want to say too much, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so pretty much about that. If you control those certain parts, or just control certain parts that do certain things that you know, it will increase the supernatural, quote unquote, supernatural gifts you have. Um, because obviously, if you're using like, the right side of your brain, which is more logic based and stuff like that, and increase the power on that side, you might think of the universe in more of a logic way. If you think of the other side, if you increase the power on the left side, which is more creative based, imaginative, and stuff like that, of course you're gonna probably think of, more outside of the box, type of ways of thinking about the universe and shit like that. Anyway, so the picture, okay, so the next channel message is the Vatican. Damn, how much more do I got? Okay, I'm almost done. We might get to like 145, I'm not even gonna lie. So the Vatican, okay, so there's this book I saw called The Vatican. I didn't know that because I have this weird obsession with the Renaissance and like the like Leonardo da Vinci, Vincent Van Gogh, um literally all of them, like the Renaissance boys, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's other? Raphael, all of them, pretty much Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, pretty much. Yeah, so pretty much Michelangelo, yeah, all them motherfuckers. So they're part of the Vatican. I didn't know that, okay? I didn't even know what the Vatican was like that. I kept hearing about it. I'm like, what the fuck is the Vatican, bro? You know what I'm saying? Then someone was like, oh, the Catholic Church. I'm like, so why do people keep talking about like it's old? Come to find out, the Vatican is just like another fancy word for pretty much the Catholic Church. That's what I take it as. I don't know. Research more. Once I started getting into it, I didn't actually really care to research too much because that's what I took it as. And yeah, that's what I'm rocking with. So anyway, the Vatican, there's a picture. It's a very popular picture. You can look up the Renaissance and then look up angel touching, angel pointed fingers picture, and it'll pop up. But yeah, it's a picture of God in the shape of the pineal gland or the brain inside the pineal gland, and there's a whole bunch of angels inside the brain, and he's touching the angel's finger, and it's like this connection, like almost like the spark of energy. For he's coming from one corner and the angel's coming from one corner, and they're touching each other's fingers. So I'm getting this represents the power of the brain can equal to God powers. So I'm getting once you influence certain parts of your brain and you increase the power in your brain, you have the quote unquote supernatural gifts, the quote unquote Jesus gifts, the quote unquote God powers. In reality, you can do it. They just don't want you to know that. That's why they say they only know 1% of the brain when they probably know 89%, and they're only going to tell you about motherfucking 1%, and they probably have in the laboratory 81% of what they actually motherfucking know. Anyways, let's move on. So the next channel message is notice the more deep of channeling, whether said out loud or mentally, will attract more undercover like people. Okay, so I was channeling mentally. Okay, we're not gonna get into much details because, like I said, motherfuckers be on my dick. Okay, so I was channeling mentally. I'm the type of person I channel out loud. Okay, so for once in my life, I actually was channeling internally. So I'm thinking only in my head and writing it down. No one can see what I'm writing. There's no camera unless there's a motherfucking hidden camera where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Nobody saw what I was writing. For some odd reason, all these people that look like they could be CIA, FBI, um, motherfucking undercovers and shit like that. Meanwhile, the police station was right. My nigga, the police station is not too far from where the fuck I was at. Okay, let's just put it that way. Like niggas could have just walked the fuck over. You know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers all of a sudden just coming in the library. Nobody been in that bitch all day. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, next thing you know, these motherfuckers that look like they could be undercover, sitting down, trying to act like they're reading and shit. Motherfuckers want to sit up under me. Any other time I'm in that bitch, nobody want to sit up under me. Okay? And that's the funny part. This is the one time I ain't read no books in that bitch. Okay? It's not like, okay, she reading books or she reading certain books. Bitch, I wasn't on the computer. I wasn't on the motherfucking... I wasn't reading no books. I was just researching on my tablet, okay? And even then, most of the shit I wasn't even researching it. I was just channeling, and then I started researching. So, just watch, just watch. Not saying get all paranoid and shit, but for the 5 to 50%, or the 5 to 50 people, or the 5 or 50 people, those babies that are maybe adults, maybe babies, you know what I'm saying? I would just pay attention to if you're thinking about certain things, the people that look like they could be undercovers coming around you. If don't get all paranoid and shit. If you're schizophrenic, you might want to observe that a little more and shit like that, because you don't want to drive yourself insane. In reality, it's just regular people. But I'm just saying, pay attention to shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when the shit you talk about is legitimate, and then all of a sudden you got motherfuckers like the police harassing you, trying to motherfucking kill you for no motherfucking reason and shit. Especially after you motherfucking expose some shit. But anyway, the government pays the families with this is the next channel message. The government pays the families with the most quote unquote gifted children to destroy those within gifted families, or destroy the overall family dynamic. So pretty much, if you're a person that may come off as you have psychic gifts as a kid, they automatically notice that when you start going to doctors, therapy, class, Head Start and all that shit. When they give you the IEPs and all that shit, they start peeping that shit. And guess what? They shut that shit the fuck down. Okay, especially if your ass got melanin, you're black, you're Hispanic, you're minority. Period. They shutting that shit the fuck down. Asian or not, they're shutting that shit the fuck down, okay? You know what I'm saying? Fuck the stereotype. If you're a minority, we're not Caucasian, 110% Caucasian, my nigga, they shutting your shit the fuck down, okay? Anyway, so they will literally go to these families and pay them to fuck with the children, or the child, the black sheep, or fuck with the whole family. And if they can't get that to work happen, which is obviously there's that one motherfucker in the family that's gonna do it, but obviously if that didn't work, they're going to just have people on the outside, like as friends and relationships like that, come and destroy the whole dynamic, because they can't get the inside to destroy itself. So of course they got to get the outside to destroy the in. Okay, stay up. You know what I'm saying? Stay up. All right, we almost done. Okay, we gonna make it. We ain't even gonna make it to 145. Okay, so this is the next one. Autism is linked to alien DNA, and autism is linked to super baby, quote unquote, super baby, Incredibles. And the only reason I say that is because you remember the Incredibles, how, like, in the beginning of the movie, like, pretty much, like, the baby, I don't even remember the baby's name, but it was, like, the baby, like, the baby with a little, like, curl on his head. That baby was, like, in the movie, he was, like, I forgot what his power was. I think he just could move shit. Like, yeah, I think the baby could just move shit, and I think he could, like, shapeshift or some shit, and then his, like, other brother that was, like, not a baby, but, like, a toddler or, like, a child or some shit, he had the speed. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then his sister could just, like, do, like, some shit where she just, like, disappear and, like, teleport or something like that. But the baby could, like, move stuff with his head, and I think the baby could, like, literally turn into, like, other things. Because I think it was the second one that, okay, so the first one, I know for a fact he was moving stuff, okay? But the second one, I think, like, he saw a cat or something like that, and he turned into the cat, or the pet, or whatever they had, the dog, whatever. So, that's significant, okay, to, autism. This is what I'm channeling, okay? And I'm also getting, autism might have linked to, alien DNA, because if you really think about it, autism is just when you're missing a chromosome and the DNA is different, okay? I don't remember exactly what it is that makes it different, but I think it's like, it's like unwind, or it doesn't completely um, wind together. It's not twisted like the rest of our DNA, you know what I'm saying? But when you're autistic, it might be something like that. I'm also getting right now, this is off the top of the dome, but I'm getting something about black DNA and autism. So if you're black and you're autistic, I'm getting that's extremely more powerful, because then you have the untwined DNA and the missing chromosome. And black DNA, I think, is more like twisted, literally. Like the staircase is literally more twisted in some type of way because of the DNA genetic code of melanin 666 and stuff like that. 6 carbons, 6 electrons, and 6 protons. So yeah, I'm a nerd like a motherfucker. So don't ask me how I know this shit. I just know random shit that does not matter. Not saying this doesn't matter, but you know what I'm saying? That's the only reason I know shit like this, because the shit that doesn't matter ends up mattering once it comes together. But yeah, so the next thing. So the next channel message is I'm also getting certain places you feel watched, spray things around you to trigger you or see your reaction. So if you feel like you're being watched by some type of energy, you know, motherfucking police, CIA, FBI, yeah, shit like that. If you feel like that, they may be testing you. Like I said, for some people, they test people. Not saying they just, obviously, I feel like they test everybody. They just do certain tests on certain people. If you want to be real, you know what I'm saying? Depends on the type of person you are, the DNA, all that shit. Census, pretty much free census for the government. But yeah, it's like I'm getting something about like if they're watching you, they're like doing something to where like they know, because PTSD, bro. There's certain triggers you have. You might not even know you have PTSD. You might got borderline personality disorder, some shit like that. But you have some trauma related or multiple personality disorder that like has something tied to trauma to where certain things trigger you. Like say like a loud smack noise like that could trigger you because you were in a DV situation, okay? It's like motherfuckers is doing stuff to see your triggers without actually asking or observing you too hard. It's like, say, like, every time your parents got in a fight, it always smelled like a certain substance, and come to find out that certain substance was like a drug, like heroin or something, crack. So now every time you smell crack or heroin, you always think about the DV situation with your family, or every time you smell crack or heroin, you always start thinking about you know what I'm saying, the situation you were in when you smelled it the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, I grew up in a household where I didn't, you know what I'm saying, for years and years, my whole life, I only smelled crack, dope, heroin, meth, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even notice, even weed, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even notice I was smelling all that shit because I was smelling it that often, you know what I'm saying? To where when I did get old enough to know, oh, I'm smelling this and that and that and that, motherfuckers like, how do you not know what that smells like? Because I was so used to smelling it, I didn't even realize something was wrong with it. So once I realized, oh, this is not normal, motherfuckers don't just smell crack, dope, meth, and fucking heroin and fucking weed and all the shit normally. I mean, weed, yeah, whatever. I mean, I was smelling everything now, you know what I'm saying? I mean, every family member's house. There's nothing about that, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody. And even people like friends I was with, their family, had some type of relation to my family, or they knew my family close or something like that. So, I was smelling at their house too type thing. And it's like, once I figured out what it was, and it wasn't, just a normal smell, it wasn't just like everybody's house smell like this type shit. And I stopped being around those type of people that only have kids that go through the same situations as me and shit like that. Then I started getting triggered by smells like that, because it's like, damn, like me personally, if I start smelling drugs now, I automatically think of my childhood, and I think of abuse. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't fuck with me. I'll be good. You know what I'm saying? I'll be good. Trust me, I'm good. I wouldn't say if it was that serious. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think about it now. But when it first started realizing, like when they first realized, hey, just this is actually drugs. How do you not know the smell of drugs? Meanwhile, I didn't realize it. I thought it was just my motherfucking house, my family's house and shit, just smelling like naturally like that. I thought maybe it was cleaning products and shit. Like that's how often I smelled the shit. You know what I'm saying? To the point where when I realized, damn, I've been smelling this my whole life, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Now when I smell it, it's like, damn, you start feeling alone, you start feeling neglect. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel that way anymore. But when this first happened, that's how I felt, because it's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? It's like linked to that trigger. Now, for instance, say you get ice cream every 4th of July with your one specific favorite uncle. That uncle died, you know what I'm saying? Now, every time you go to get to the ice cream spot, or it's the 4th of July, now you got that trauma trigger, okay? Now you got the whole, damn, you know what I'm saying? I remember we used to do this, or damn, I remember that smell on the 4th of July, the ice cream, the cotton candy, the popcorn, the fireworks, the smoke, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that, okay? So, yeah. They do certain stuff like that, knowing or not knowing, just to see your reaction. Like, for instance, say they do like they notice you react a certain way every time they watch you around a certain environment. They notice that there's a certain smell or thing around you, so then they take that, they put you in a different environment, aka they follow you to that other environment that doesn't have that, and they purposely spray it there, or they follow you to an environment that does have that, just to see your reaction when you do smell that. Because I kid you not, I smelled something that, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers don't just carry in the library. It was not drugs, bitch. Everybody get high nowadays, you know what I'm saying? So it's normal to smell drugs, but it was not drugs. It was like a you know what I'm saying, something you don't just have at the library, okay? Like, you know what I'm saying, you don't just carry that shit at the library, you know what I'm saying? And even if you did bring it to the library, you're not even supposed to use it in the library. So therefore, I know for a fact, you know what I'm saying, it was a little weird, especially because it never smelled like that. Now all of a sudden it smells like that, and it wasn't on somebody's clothes, because this person walked past me mad times. It didn't smell like that. Now all of a sudden they smell like that, unless they went in the bathroom or something and did something real quick and came back out. I don't know, but shit was real weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that one smell had a specific link to like a childhood like abuse situation, and I never noticed how serious it was until I smelt it right then and there, and then I was like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't bother me. It just makes me think like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? They know more than you think. They know more about you than you think. That's the funny part. So yeah. So now I got one more. So mucus is your body rejecting and cleaning out itself. Okay. Actually, and there's one more. And visions are just astral projecting to the future. So that day that I saw that guy and he was telling me about the smoke, the sun, and all that shit, he told me that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I felt so much relief when he told me that, because it's like when he told me that day, bro, I kid you not, I've been having like spiritual awakenings back to 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 back ever since that day, bro. And it's like crazy because he's right. When you have a vision or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you see something, was it fortune tell, whatever the fuck you may be doing, scrying, whatever. It's usually you astral projecting, seeing something, and then coming back. I noticed like for some people when they get visions, like almost like that's so Raven, it's like your eyes flash and you see something real quick and then it's gone. That's you astral projecting to the future or the past, or into someone's present moment. You know what I'm saying? Like say like have you ever like thought like, hey, like you're sitting in the living room, you're like, damn, I feel like this person's like standing in this one specific way in the room right now. Then you leave, you go to their room, they're doing that one specific thing in that specific way, and then you're creeped out like, damn, how did I know that? Meanwhile, you saw it and you didn't even realize it. You was seeing what they're doing in a whole different area and didn't even realize it. You didn't even know it. You know why? Because you astral projected. And the funny thing is, I always knew what it was, but I didn't know astral projection was technically. I always thought astral projection is when you're asleep. Now, apparently, you can astral project while you're awake, and that makes a lot more sense. You know what I'm saying? But people never mentioned like that. So yeah, this is all my channel messages that I literally got within 10 minutes, okay? 10 minutes, okay? Like I said, 8 to 10 minutes, and this is all the significant messages that need to be told right now. Like I said, I like channeling. I personally don't even like doing tarot like that. It's just easier for me sometimes because you know, I just get guided to do certain things at certain times, so I just do whatever I'm told and I just do it, you know what I'm saying? Um Yeah, it's giving disciple energy. I'm definitely getting a lot of disciples in this reading. I'm getting 144,000. Oh yeah, and I also found out this. So like I said, I don't believe in that no more. But I was reading the Bible, and I read in Revelations. Okay, so when it said 144,000, I never actually thought about it. Okay, I always heard about it, but I never actually seen it in the Bible. So I was like, okay, let me read this. So he talks about how there's 12,000 this, 12,000 that, 12,000 this. So if you think about it, there's 12 groups of 12,000 disciples, which equals 144,000. My nigga, I'm mind blown. 144,000 people and 12 times 12. So 12 groups times 12 thousands of people is 144. Yep. Oh shit. Drop the phone. I guess you could say I dropped the mic. Oh, and I cracked the phone. Isn't that crazy? So I'm getting something so like shocking that it literally may like open your mind or crack your mind open to a new way of thinking, or like it's like forcing you to have a new spiritual awakening, or forcing you to open your thoughts or open. I'm hearing your spine, so I'm getting kundalini awakening. And if you can't and you haven't, I'm getting this as a sign to go do some kundalini yoga, meditation, some type of awakening. Yeah. So before I get copyrighted because the music's getting a little lighter, it's lighter, louder. I'm out this bitch, okay? So like, comment, share, subscribe, get my subscribers up so I can go live and I can just channel off the dome versus writing it down. You know what I'm saying? Also, I can just go live and give readings or do the channel messages too and just physically write it. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Probably might turn the comments off. I don't know yet, but yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.